Energy is contagious, but in a good way. And in this video, I'm gonna share with you how you can use your own energy to add value and raise other people's vibration, and how this is really the key during fearful times on the planet when other people are in that fear reaction mode and they look over at you and they see you just relaxed, just chilling in a high vibe state. That's gonna change everything. In this video, I'm gonna show you exactly what to do. Welcome back to another video. My name's Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you exactly, step by step, point by point, A, B, C, what to do to help other people raise their vibration. Right now on the planet, there's a lot going on. I don't know when you're watching this video, you might be watching it right now when there's a lot of stuff going on in the world. You might be watching it a little bit later when you just notice that you have other people or their friends or their family that are in fear. But right now on the planet, what's going on is there's a lot going on when it comes to, you could say like it's a world crisis. You got a lot of people in their houses right now, not able to necessarily leave. You got a lot of people that may be watching the news and understand that whatever you focus on, you feel. And if other people, if your friends and family are focused on the news, then no wonder they may be in a complete fear mode. No wonder their vibration may not be that high. And the best way you can possibly help other people raise their vibration is by you first raising your vibration. That's the key to this. Energy is contagious. When they see you just relaxed, understanding, trusting this process, understanding that there's a process to this as well. Right now what's happening is there is this clearing within the collective consciousness that's manifesting itself in a way that doesn't look the most pleasant. But this fear is coming up for a reason. And if you were to understand that there is a purpose to this, even though it doesn't seem that pleasant, and trust this process, and knowing that a lot of times as well, this is the thing. It's not so much that this thing has the incredible amount of power as it would have if many people, if it wasn't advertised as much. So what I mean by this is I'm not saying that what's going on right now isn't dangerous, because I'm sure it is, but what I'm saying is people's belief in it actually fuels it to becoming that much more dangerous. And the thing is when it's very obvious to me. It's very obvious the way that it's being projected out there, the way that it's being exaggerated, and that actually fuels it. So I'm not saying that it's not powerful, but that actually fuels it even stronger. That belief in it, that fear in it. And think about it. Fear weakens the immune system. When people are in fear, they even showed, I was reading some yesterday that said, when people are in fear, they're less creative, their immune system goes down, their bodies become more acidic. And when you're in a confident state, you have a stronger immune system. So one of the best things you can possibly do, just in general, for anything that's, because I don't know how long this thing will last, but just know that you being in a strong state, you understanding and be able to observe what is happening is going to go so far with you really retaining your own power. And then when other people look at you and they're like, oh my goodness, did you say what the news said? Oh my God. And then they look at you and you're like, Ricky, why don't you freak out like me? And then they see you and you're just kind of chilling. You're just like, oh, yeah, about that. Well, this is where I'm at right now. This is how I feel. I'm just I'm observing it. I'm aware of it. It's not like you have to say, I don't even know what's going on right now. I've just been in, you see that, you guys see that meme where it's like, there's like a picture of this person looking like this. And it's like, when you find out that staying in that what you do every week is called a quarantine or something like that. It's kind of funny because a lot of people may, the meaning you give this is the meaning and the effect you get out of it, right? So while a lot of people may be in fear about it, some people, I was texting somebody and they're like, oh, I'm just gonna spend this time to read books, I'm gonna have wine tastings, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I'm like, wow, okay, you're gonna enjoy yourselves. But that's great. What I'm saying with this is understand that when it comes to this process, there are a couple things that you're going to do that you can do that I'm going to share with you. But in general, you've got this scale of consciousness over here. It's kind of small. If I could zoom in. Hey, Daniel's the editor. Could you zoom in on this right here? Thank you. So you'll see love, okay, at the bottom, fear, anger, neutrality, willpower, reasoning, love. Fear and anger is where the news is, all right? Fear and anger is where your friends and family may be. Now understand that above that is neutrality. This is where you learn to observe what is happening. It's a neutral state. It's like, oh, yes, that is happening. But it's not like you have to feed into it. Fear is actually something that all of us have that is actually supposed to be ingrained within us. It's information. Fear is what helps us to survive. The problem is when we're projected that fear and we think and we start to believe that that's going to happen to us, and we start seeing all these evidences of it on the media, and then people are like sharing their stories of what it's like, it like increases that fear. Instead of just being aware of it and being aware of like the facts that almost everybody that's gotten has been very much older, and also that if you have a strong immune system and the amount of recovered, like it depends on what you focus on. If you focus on this, then yes, you could be in fear. But if you don't focus on it, you're not going to feel it so much. And when you just neutralize it by observing it, that's where the power is. Now, in general, with whatever's going on in the world and your life and your family, if you can observe what is going on rather than react, you will then be more relaxed. And then above that, you'll see willpower. That's like your discipline. Above that's reasoning, the intellect of the mind. That's understanding how your beliefs create your reality. What do you believe to be true? Everything is a self-fulfilling prophecy. So if you look for more evidence of something, you're going to find it. And then above that is love. And you got to let go of the reasoning to be then in love. Now let me share with you a little story of something that happened yesterday. Now so lead by relax, chill out, just trust this process, understand that you are an eternal spiritual being having a temporary human experience. And at greater levels of consciousness, I believe this is something that's clearing out energy, whether it's negative or positive. I mean, obviously it's not pleasant. You know, there's compassion for the people that are going through this, but understand that you can remain strong and firm, and that's the best way for you to help other people. It's not to go out there and to try to insist that they understand a new perspective. It's more so you just being that. When I went through my spiritual awakening, I made the mistake of coming out of it like, hey, did you know this? Did you know that? Meditation's great for your health. Look at that over there. Why don't you do this? Why don't you come do mantras with me? Come on, come on. No more smoking weed, no more drinking. Just feel good and meditate. And people were like, huh? What you talking about, bro? Why are you talking about? Like, it was obvious that I was overly enthusiastic about it, and then if anything, that probably retracted them. They're like, no bro, I'm good. I don't need any of that. Because then they saw how different I was, and that difference sometimes scares people. And if you're like, you should get like Whole Foods and like Trader Joe's and eat healthy and like all of this stuff. And instead what I did is like a year or two later, what I did, first off, I had to drop this belief that said, oh, everyone around me just doesn't understand me, because that was causing a self-fulfilling prophecy of me not connecting with other people. And then what I did is I just realized that I could just be myself, not need anyone else's validation or anything. I'm just going to be myself. And since then, that's what I've done. And it's crazy the amount of energy that comes back where people are like, how do you do that? How can I do this? People that used to thought what I done is weird are now like really open to it. And it's amazing to see. So that's something I wanted to share as well, is lead by example, just be. Now, Ho'oponopono is the most powerful healing modality I have found. And okay, let me share with you this story. So when it talks about adding value and helping other people raise their vibration, every single one of us has a program. Programs are problems a lot of times. We have these programs, which are these thought structures around different people in our life, around ourselves, and these programs we share many times with other people. So sometimes you might find it hard to change, because as you start to change, people keep seeing you as the old version of you, and they kind of refuse to let that go, and you find it hard to change. And that's why sometimes you have to kind of distance yourself for a while you're going through transformation, because there's these shared programs, and it's almost easy for you to click back in place. Now, here is one thing that happened with Ho'oponopono with me. So my mom used to be addicted to Percocet and Xanax. For years she was taking it, and she had a car accident, and then after that she became addicted to it, and she was taking it very consistently, and it wasn't cool, it wasn't pleasant to see. You know, I love my mom, and to see her in that state, and kind of her memory, just certain things, a certain type of energy, the energy was very low when I was around her. And I would really want her to change. You want to know, I was like, Mom, if you change to do this, man, I will send you to Costa Rica to do this stuff and do this life transformation. I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this. I just need you to, because you just, I wanted her to get off of it for myself. Also for her, but it was like me wanting it, And I forced it for a long time. Like, I was like trying to like give her external reasons to do it. And then I think she resisted it. And then what happened is I found this process called Ho'oponopono. And it's very simple. It's I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. And what it has to do with is understanding that we have an image of other people in our lives. We have an image of ourselves. And if what we can do is change our image of other people and also change our image of ourselves, and also, this is going to sound kind of crazy, but I promise you it's super powerful. You take responsibility for where the other person is because you created the other person and their problem or program. So the idea is like, my mom's completely 100% whole and complete. Even if she's doing something I don't necessarily agree with or like, by me insisting and laying on the reality that there's something wrong with her, it's like that continues to stay in my life. Now here's what I did. I didn't tell her this, but what I started to do is I started to just see her as just whole and complete. Not necessarily even different than she was. I was seeing her as not doing pills. Wasn't even like that. What I was doing is I was thinking, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. And I was just seeing her as whole and complete and holding her in my mind. And after about 3 weeks to a month of doing this, I talked to her and guess what she says? I quit doing pills. After years of doing it, I'll be honest, I didn't know if I was ever going to see her really come off of those, to be honest with you. Because she was so deep in it. It's been 1.5 years and she hasn't done pills at all. And I'm extraordinarily proud of her. And she did it herself. But what I'm saying is when we let go of the programs that we have of other people, it then affects them. This process is founded by a doctor in Hawaii who was studied and did this on people in an insane asylum. In a medical ward insane asylum where people were there and they had to be there. And what he did is he went in, he never even met the patients. He would look at their charts and he would heal within himself and he would change his image of them and see them as whole and complete. And guess what happened? Over the course of 1 year or two, people were actually able to leave and go back to wherever they were. Some of them were in prison, so they were able to go back to their prisons. Some of them were able to have family visits. Some of them were actually able to leave. All but 2 people. There were like 50-something people, all but 2 people that happened to over the course of while he was there. He never even saw them or talked to them. Now this poses the question, what is reality? Reality is a reflection. And as he changed, that changed his version of them, his reality. So think about that. Now think about it. Where are people on the outside anyways? They're inside. Your eyes are reflecting light, and you are interpreting everyone on the outside inside of yourself. So if you change inside yourself, it then changes the outer reality. And that's why Ho'oponopono is such a powerful statement, 4 statements. It's, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. As you state this many times, it begins to clear out your energetic field. And it makes things in your life so much more smooth. We have these things that happen in the past, these programs that we've tied onto, and then we go out into the daily world and we attract more and more people that have those until we become aware of it and then start to clear. And we just simply say these statements. I have a meditation I'll put in the top of the description box below that you can listen to for 21 days where I also explain it a little bit more. These 4 statements will change your life, will change your energetic field. And if you hold other people in your mind, you then begin to change your connection with them as well. We all have these energetic, it sounds esoteric, but we all have these energetic cords between us and other people. And this ancient Hawaiian practice knows that, understands that. And what we do when we do this process is we heal those energetic cords, and it's almost like then it goes and helps to heal those people as well. Because we're healing ourselves, taking responsibility for ourselves. What are we taking responsibility for other people doing stuff? We're taking responsibility for our judgment about them, for our interpretation about them. And then we're allowing the divine to flow through to transform it. One more quick story about this real quick. I was, it's gonna sound, I have a thumbnail editor that helps me do my thumbnail, or that does my thumbnails, and I pay them. And with everything going on right now in the world, it's kind of crazy, so I've been giving him a little bit of a leeway of like how, I need like thumbnails back to schedule videos. I'm behind on scheduling out videos because of everything going on. And I've been like this last week, I'm like, dude, I need some thumbnails. I need some thumbnails. He's had some thumbnails for like 15, 20 videos. He's had like the screenshots, all he has to do is make the thumbnails for him. And he's had them for like 3 weeks, but it's been procrastinating. I keep asking him. He's like, can I get them? Can I get them? Can I get them? It's kind of new that I'm working with this guy. And it's been taking him a while to get to me, and it was kind of like frustrating me because I'm trying to be compassionate about everything that's going on in the world, but he's also working from home, and I can have other people do this, and I'm paying him a good amount of money to do this, so I can use someone else. I was trying to be compassionate, but at the same time conflicted because I need to schedule out videos. I still have a business to run. So I realized I was feeling a lot of resistance about this. So what I ended up doing is I ended up doing Ho'oponopono. I ended up healing within myself this resistance that I have about the situation. I saw him as completely whole and complete, and I was letting go of that resistance. And I was thinking to myself, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. And the next morning I woke up after doing this, and I had like 6 thumbnails, like right there. And it was like days going by, and then all of a sudden it's like, boom, like just there's all these thumbnails. And I wrote an email about it and sent it out to my email list because it was just such a small thing, but this stuff really does work. It is extraordinarily powerful. You will find that as you let go of resistance, your life just smooths along and just things become very easy, and it will change your life in so many ways. And this is a way of very powerfully raising your vibration to a completely new level of consciousness. So listen to that Ho'oponopono meditation. Just you can listen to it while you're driving, listen to it whenever. Cleaning your house, because you might not be driving if what's going on right now, but you might be in your house and listen to it in the background, watch how it changes your vibration, and also influences all of those people around you in very profound ways. So with that being said, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope you like this video as well. And any of that, as always, peace, much love, and namaste.